Good evening, I'm Apolinario, 30 Digna Dice Valencia, and this is Philippine Headlines. In Luzon, man dies after stealing electrical cables. A 34-year-old man died after allegedly attempting to steal live electrical cables in Barangay Bahay Toro in the city of Quezon in Metro Manila in the early morning of Saturday, April 25. Aside from the fatality, the incident also caused a power outage that affected more than 6,000 customers of Manila Electric Company or Meralco. Meralco personnel quickly responded to repair the damaged facility, and electricity service was restored after nearly 2 hours of repair operations. Sergio R. Zaldariaga, Meralco Vice President, issued a serious warning, emphasizing that tampering with electrical lines is extremely dangerous and strictly prohibited by law. Meralco also reminded the public that under Republic Act No. 7832, offenders may face imprisonment of or not less than 12 years and fines ranging from 50,000 pesos to 100,000 pesos. Those who buy stolen electrical materials may also be held liable under the anti-fencing law. The company urged the public to immediately report any suspicious activities involving their facilities through their hotlines and social media channels. In Visayas, viral robber who held up students inside a jeepney arrested. The alleged notorious robber who recently went viral for robbing students inside a jeepney along C. Padilla Street, Sitio Kahuyan in Barangay Mambaling in the city of Cebu has now been brought to the Mambaling Police Station. The suspect was identified as Giovanni Pebida Pahugo, 44 years old, an ex-convict and a resident of the said area. He was arrested at around 9:40 p.m. and his residence after being positively identified by the student victims. Upon his arrest, authorities recovered one unit of a .45 caliber pistol with 2 live bullets from the suspect. It can be recalled that the netizen was able to record the incident where the suspect caused panic among passengers inside a public jeepney while carrying out the robbery. Fortunately, other passengers helped the female victim, allowing them to retrieve the student's cell phone. In Mindanao, several minors and traffic violators rescued and issued tickets during Oplan Ronda Patrol. Several minors and traffic violators rescued and issued tickets during Oplan Ronda Patrol. Several minors were rescued, while a number of individuals were issued tickets for violating traffic laws during an operation conducted by Police Station 10 in Calinan, Davao City. The Oplan Ronda Patrol was carried out under the leadership of Police Major Robel B. Saavedra as part of ongoing efforts to strengthen security and prevent possible crimes in the area. According to the police, the operation aims to monitor the situation in the community, especially at night when the presence of minors on the streets and traffic violations are commonly observed. Authorities continue to urge the public to follow regulations to avoid accidents and help maintain peace and order in the community. In the other news, 505th year commemorating the bravery of Datu Lapu-Lapu now underway. The additional scenes from the reenactment of the Kadaungan sa Mactan held today, April 27 of this year, marking its 505th anniversary in honor of the bravery of Datu Lapu-Lapu. Elcid Camacho, a professional model and Mr. Universe title holder, portrayed Datu Lapu-Lapu, while Akiko Solon, a performer and former star magic artist of ABS-CBN, played Reyna Bulakna. Meanwhile, Vince Matutinaw took on the role of Ferdinand Magellan, the Portuguese explorer who, along with Spanish forces, attempted to colonize the country. And our business update, Aborges Equity Ventures strengthens portfolio to deliver long-term shareholder value. The Aboitiz Equity Ventures or AEV, the active portfolio manager of the Aboitiz Group, continues to advance its strategic transformation, building a more diversified and resilient portfolio designed to deliver sustained value for shareholders over the long term. In 2025, consolidated EBITDA rose 14% to 95.4 billion pesos, reflecting steady contributions across the group's businesses. While power remained the largest contributor at 76% of total EBITDA, the strong performance of infrastructure and food and beverage expanding by 89% and 20% respectively signals a broader and more balanced earnings base. Aboitiz Power continues to strengthen its roles as a key contributor to energy security. The acquisition and the turnover of the 789 megawatts Kaliraya Botokan Kayaan, a hydropower complex, enhances grid stability and provides large-scale energy storage for Luzon. The group also entered the liquefied natural gas space through Aboitiz Power's 40% stake in the Kumait Gas Holdings, marking a significant step in reinforcing its energy platform. Across the portfolio, other business units sustained strong operational momentum. Aboitiz Infra Capital expanded its aviation footprints to include the Laguindigan and Bohol Panglao airports, serving over 16 million passengers while growing its digital infrastructure network to nearly 3,000 points of service nationwide. The business drivers of Union Bank of the Philippines remain solid. The bank continues to gain traction in growing its retail business and recurring revenues through sustained growth in its customer base, which reached nearly 19 million in 2025. The food and beverage segment continued to gain traction, contributing 7.6 billion pesos in income, up 28% year-on-year. Coca-Cola Euro-Pacific Aboitiz Philippines or CCAP delivered robust results driven by sustained volume expansion, margin improvement, and its leadership in the domestic market, reaching a 77% share in the non-alcoholic sparkling beverage category. The groundbreaking of a new facility within the Tarlac Economic Estate of Aboitiz Economic Estates underscored the group's integrated approach where infrastructure, industry, and partnership converge to support expansion and long-term demand. Aboitiz Group's real estate platform continues to evolve as a meaningful contributor to long-term value. Aboitiz Land generated 637 million pesos in net income in 2025, while Aboitiz Economic Estates strengthened its role as a platform for investment and job creation by generating 167 billion pesos in cumulative foreign direct investments and supporting more than 100,000 jobs nationwide. AEV also continued to advance its goal of becoming the Philippines' first conglomerate by embedding data, technology, and analytics across its businesses to enhance efficiency, to strengthen risk management, and enable more informed decision making. Anchoring these efforts is a governance-led approach that remains central to long-term value creation. Aboitiz Group continues to rank among the top Philippines conglomerates in global ESG assessments, maintaining an MSCI ESG rating of A and demonstrating strength in corporate governance and business integrity. In the year 2026, AEB is focused on strengthening its financial position while continuing to build value across the portfolio. AEB, together with its partners, have earmarked 88.5 billion pesos in capital expenditures to support strategic priorities across power, infrastructure, food and beverage, financial services, and real estate, ensuring the Aboitiz Group is well positioned to capture opportunities while safeguarding shareholder capital. In Luzon, a 37-year-old man arrested for puncturing vehicle tires in the province of Nueva Vizcaya. A 37-year-old man was caught on CCTV puncturing the tires of several vehicles in the municipality of Aritao, the province of Nueva Vizcaya. The incident occurred in the Purok Payao Riverside area of Aritao Poblacion on the evening of April 25. Based on the CCTV footage, the suspect arrived on a motorcycle and went on to damage the tires of parked vehicles one by one in the area. Among those affected were two motorcycles, one SUV, and two tricycles. According to the victims, they were able to immediately identify the suspect through the CCTV footage and are planning to file appropriate charges against him. As of now, the suspect's motive for the incident remains unclear, according to one of the victims. In Visayas, money hunt gone wrong, man's buttock injured. A man suffered a buttock injury while running and jumping over the fence to grab money during a vlogger's money hunt event in Poblacion in Sibulan, Negros Oriental yesterday. The victim was identified as Glitter 14, a resident of the same area. According to the vlogger known as Buddy Alex, the man suddenly jumped but his foot got caught on the sharp fence, causing him to fall and injure his buttocks. Personnel from the local Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office, or LDRMO of Sibulan, quickly responded and rushed the man to the hospital for immediate medical attention. The man is now in stable condition. The vlogger who organized the money hunt also helped cover his hospital expenses and provided groceries for his family. In Mindanao, mother found dead inside a comfort room after giving birth. A mother was found dead inside a comfort room after reportedly giving birth on her own. The incident occurred in a boarding house in Zone 6 in Barangay Lower Buluwad, the city of Cagayan de Oro, the province of Misamis Oriental, on April 27. The deceased was identified only by the alias Jessa, a resident of the municipality of Opol, the province of Misamis Oriental. The report said the mother was still able to cut the umbilical cord of her baby before she died. The newborn was rescued and he is now under proper care. In the other news, the remix version of the Philippine national anthem was sparking online criticism. A supposed remix version of the Philippine national anthem, Lupang Hinirang, has gone viral on social media and drawn backlash online. In the video, the several young people were seen singing the anthem during what appeared to be a gathering, but with altered tempo and dance movements, giving it a more modern style. This did not sit well with many netizens who expressed negative reactions. Under the Republic Act number 8491, or also known as the Flag and Heraldic Code of the Philippines, modifying the melody or tempo of Lupang Hinirang is prohibited. The law states that the anthem must be performed with proper respect. It is also not allowed to sing the anthem in non-official settings, especially when accompanied by dancing or presented casually. Anyone proven to have violated the law may face penalties including fines or imprisonment. Meanwhile, the tourist who committed vandalism at Nara tourism site criticized after posting it on social media. The Nara Tourism Office condemned a tourist who allegedly committed vandalism at the tourism destination in the town and later even shared the incident on social media. According to the office, it does not tolerate any form of damage or vandalism in tourists' attraction in the municipality of Nara, the province of Palawan. It added that posting such an incident online only worsens the violation and sets a bad example to the public. The office also stated that it will immediately coordinate with the proper authorities to address the incident and ensure that the person responsible will be held accountable. The Nara Tourism Office once again reminded tourists and visitors to respect the rules and help preserve tourism sites during their visit. And our business update, 178 million liters of diesel arrive in the country. The Department of Energy or DOE announced that a total of 178 million liters of diesel have arrived in the country as part of the government's efforts to stabilize oil supply amid the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. According to the Department of Energy, the latest shipment completes 4 cargo deliveries under Executive Order number 110 issued by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. aimed at protecting the economy from volatile global oil prices. Energy Secretary Sharon Garin said the successful delivery managed by the Philippine National Oil Company Exploration Corporation or PNOC-EC demonstrates the government's swift action to ensure an adequate fuel supply nationwide. The shipments have been distributed to major hubs in Batangas, Subic, and Davao to ensure sufficient supply across different parts of the country. The Department of Energy also emphasized that this reserve is crucial in maintaining the continuous operation of transportation, logistics, and agriculture. In Luzon, the old inert bombs found at Ninoy Aquino International Airport construction site. The several old and rusting bomb items were recovered during excavation work at the Juliet Extension Taxiway inside the Ninoy Aquino International Airport complex last Sunday. The personnel from the PNP Aviation Security Group Explosive Ordnance Disposal or EOD unit conducted a safety assessment and retrieved 10 pieces of 50 pounds and 18 pieces of 25-pound inert general purpose bombs. The bombs were transported to the AVSE Group headquarters in Pasay City for safekeeping and proper handling. In Visayas, the municipality of San Policarpio in the province of Eastern Samar was shaken by an earthquake. A magnitude 4.8 earthquake struck the waters near in San Policarpio, the province of Eastern Samar, at around 6:58 a.m. this Wednesday. According to PHIBOX, no damage or aftershocks have been reported so far, while the agency continues to monitor the situation. The intensity 3 are from Canavid, Arteche, and Borongan City, the province of Eastern Samar. In Mindanao, the rider's neck caught in kite string on Davao Coastal Road. A rider experienced a frightening incident after his neck was caught by a kite string along the Davao Coastal Road in Barangay Talomo in the city of Davao. According to the victim, he was traveling along the coastal road when he was suddenly struck by a kite string, causing injuries to his neck. The public, especially motorists, is now being reminded to stay alert and slow down when passing through the area, particularly if there are people flying kites near or along the roadside. The parents and young people are also being urged to avoid flying kites near the highways to prevent possible accidents and ensure everyone's safety. In the other news, the earthworm was found in a cooked dish. A social media user named Aljordaya Alvarez has raised a complaint after allegedly discovering a worm in the cooked food he purchased. According to Alvarez in his caption, the eatery is reportedly located near a mall in Cabantian in the city of Davao. He expresses the frustration online, even using strong language, and claimed that the food being sold by the establishment was unsanitary. Meanwhile, netizens have mixed reactions. Some supported his complaint, while others criticized him, saying the eatery's livelihood might be affected. There were also suggestions that he should have first addressed the issue directly with the owner before posting it on social media.
Para makusog yung tinda. Oh, what yo?
And our business update, Fitch shifts outlook to negative for state lenders Land Bank and Development Bank of the Philippines. The Fitch ratings revised the outlook of the Philippines, who largest state-run lenders, to negative from stable on Tuesday, tracking a similar move on the country's sovereign credit profile. The ratings agency affirmed that long-term user default ratings for both the Land Bank of the Philippines and the Development Bank of the Philippines at BBB, an investment grade notch that remains equalized with the Philippines sovereign ratings. The Fitch said the revision reflects its view that the credit profiles of these banks are inextricably linked to the government's ability to provide support. In its assessment, Fitch noted that the Philippine government maintains a high propensity and ability to support these institutions given their 100% state ownership and critical roles in national development. The Debt Watchers said Land Bank's systemic importance is uncensored by its roughly 14% share of the country's system deposits, which marks as a vital pillar of the domestic financial sector. The Fitch note that the both banks have seen their mandates expand significantly in recent years as Land Bank remains the primary vehicle for agrarian reform and rural development, while Development Bank of the Philippines continues to focus on the infrastructure and industrial financing. The ratings agency also noted that both lenders were recently tapped to provide seed capital for the country's new sovereign wealth fund, a move that Fitch said underlined their role as primary tools for the government's economic agenda. Fitch also affirmed Land Bank's vitality rating at BB Plus and DBP's at BB Plus, sequentially withdrawing vitality ratings as they no longer consider it relevant to the agency's coverage. The agency emphasized that the bank's ratings are driven by government support ratings rather than their standalone credit profile. The shift to a negative outlook suggests that a future downgrade of the Philippine sovereign rating would likely trigger a corresponding action for both Land Bank of the Philippines and Development Bank of the Philippines. In Luzon, the man arrested for faking lotto ticket to claim 172 million peso jackpot. A man was arrested after attempting to claim a 172 million peso jackpot prize using a fake lotto ticket at the Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office or PCSO in Barangay Wakwak in the city of Mandaluyong in Metro Manila yesterday. According to the National Capital Region Police Office or NCRPO, the suspect went to the PCSO office and presented what he claimed was a winning ticket for the 649 Lotto draw. However, upon the verification in the official Lotto database, it was discovered that the jackpot prize had already been claimed by the legitimate winner. Further examination of the ticket revealed that it had been tampered with, the police said. Charges will be filed against the suspect, according to NCRPO Director Major General Anthony Aberin. In Visayas, the internet technician was dead after getting electrocuted in the municipality of Molbol. An internet technician died after he was electrocuted while working on the telecommunications line in Barangay Tomonoy in the municipality of Molbol, the province of Cebu, on Monday. The victim was identified as Junrey Labang, 28 years old, a resident of Barangay Hapitan in the municipality of Barili in the province of Cebu. Initial investigation by the Molbol Municipal Police Station was showed that the incident occurred at around 11 a.m. while Labang and a co-worker were conducting rewriting work on an internet connection. In Mindanao, the two bodies of alleged treasure hunters in the city of Panabo recovered and identified. The bodies of two alleged treasure hunters who were trapped in a tunnel in the Purok 5 in Barangay Upper Likanan in the city of Panabo, the province of Davao del Norte, were recovered and identified at around 2 p.m. on April 29. The families confirmed the identities of the recovered victims such as Mario Kiniquito Jr. and Apolonio Supias. One individual, Wilson Bardago, remains missing. In total, of the 5 individuals who were trapped and died in the tunnel, only one remains unaccounted for. In the other news, the children of CEOs are becoming more common. Despite what economic experts are saying about the country facing a crisis, it's noticeable that more and more children of CEOs are appearing on social media. It's just they seem to talk like robots or even AI or artificial intelligence. This is because they've been influenced by the Chinese dramas they watch, where the storyline almost always revolves around the children of CEOs. Grabe ha. Even those who dub or voice over these Chinese dramas often sound AI generated. The social media users have started copying this trend, creating skits like pretending to be a CEO's child even in simple situations such as bumping into someone or just buying something at the store. Despite the crisis, the Filipinos still find ways to entertain themselves and even pretend, at least for fun, to be children of CEOs. Grabe nun ha. And our business update, the tons of rotting onions dumped in the province of Occidental Mindoro. The farmers and members of a cooperative in Barangay Claudio Salgado were left in tears after being forced to throw away tons of harvested onions that have already begun to rot. The situation was caused by the severe lack of buyers and the continued drop in market prices. In desperation, the cooperative tried to sell its produce outside the province, such as in Romblon, but not all of it was sold there. With the help of the Food Terminal Incorporated or FTI, supplies were also transported as far as Bongabon in Nueva Ecija. However, the cooperative reportedly sank deeper into losses due to the extremely low prices offered, insufficient to recover transportation and production costs. Because of this, the farmers in Occidental Mindoro are once again calling for genuine support from the government. They are strongly urging authorities to take concrete action to address the issue of plummeting crop prices and to stop giving promises that are not felt amid the ongoing agricultural crisis. And also, the rice prices may hit 62 pesos per kilo by September. The Department of Agriculture or DA has warned that rice prices in the market could surge again, potentially reaching 60 to 62 pesos per kilo by September. This concerning development was confirmed by the DA Secretary Francisco Chu Laurel during an ongoing protest hearing in the Senate on Wednesday. According to Secretary Laurel, the projected price increase may occur right in the middle of the harvest season. The department pointed to the continued rise in the cost of farming inputs, particularly urea fertilizer, as the main reason, as it directly affects the production expenses of local farmers. At present, the average price of rice in the country remains at 50 pesos per kilo. However, if the rising cost of agricultural inputs is not addressed, prices could exceed 60 pesos before the end of the third quarter of the year. The Senate and the Department of Agriculture are continuing to monitor the situation closely and are working on measures to help ease the burden on both consumers and farmers. In Luzon, the fire in a residential area in Payatas is under control. A fire broke out in a residential area in Payatas in the city of Quezon in Metro Manila. Drone footage shows the extent of the damage caused by the fire yesterday at noon. Because the houses were made of light materials, the fire reached the third alarm before it was finally declared under control at 3 p.m. The personnel from the Bureau of Fire Protection and fire volunteers quickly responded to the scene. In Visayas, the ambulance and motorcycle collide, one dead. A male passenger riding a motorcycle died after it was involved in an accident with an ambulance along the national highway in Barangay Langtad in the municipality of Argao, the province of Cebu at around 11 a.m. on April 30. The fatality was identified as 29-year-old Jovi Emia Lumokso, who was riding the motorcycle driven by Carl Katubig, who also sustained a shoulder fracture. Both are residents of the municipality of Sambuan. 55-year-old Melchor Bangkal Jr., a resident of Barangay Daang Lungsod in Oslob, Cebu, drove the ambulance. Based on the investigation, the motorcycle and the ambulance were traveling in opposite directions. Katubig was heading south from the northern part, while Bangkal was traveling northbound. Reports indicate that as the ambulance passed a curved section of the road at a speed of about 70 kilometers per hour, the driver allegedly lost control. This caused the ambulance to veer into the opposite lane where it collided with the motorcycle. The ambulance, carrying 9 passengers, went off the road and ended up in a fish pond. All passengers were safely transported to Talisay City District Hospital with the assistance of the Argao ambulance. Due to impact, both the driver and passenger of the motorcycle were thrown off. The passenger was declared dead on arrival at Isidro Quintanar Memorial Hospital in Barangay Bongo in Argao. The ambulance driver was also brought to the hospital after sustaining injuries and was later taken to the Argao police station. He may face charges of reckless imprudence resulting in homicide, physical injuries, and property damage. In Mindanao, the truck rammed by SUV in Buhangin, 3 injured. The 3 individuals were injured after an SUV crashed into a truck along Carlos P. Garcia Highway in Buhangin, the city of Davao at around 10:55 p.m. on April 29. According to police reports, the truck had stopped in the middle of the road due to a lack of fuel or a possible airlock while heading northbound. Due to the strong impact, the truck sustained heavy damage while the driver of the SUV was trapped inside the vehicle. 2 passengers of the SUV were also injured. Fortunately, all occupants of the SUV were rescued thanks to the swift response of the USAR team and Central 911, and the victims were brought to the Southern Philippines Medical Center. The authorities are continuing their investigation to determine the exact cause of the incident, while the truck driver is now under police custody for proper disposition. In the other news, the large-scale job fair to kick off in Urdaneta City in celebration of Labor Day. The public is invited to take part in the job fair set to be held on May 1, 2026 at 8 a.m. on the third floor of the CB Mall Event Center. The activity aims to provide more opportunities for decent employment. In partnership with the Dole Eastern Pangasinan Field Office in Rosales and Peso, Urdaneta City, the event will feature a variety of local and overseas job opportunities from participating employers. It is expected to help job seekers quickly find suitable employment. On-the-spot hiring will also be conducted where qualified applicants may be hired immediately. Numerous vacancies are open for individuals with different skills and levels of experience, so all interested applicants are encouraged to attend and bring their necessary documents. Aside from job opportunities, the prizes and incentives awaits attendees. The first 150 applicants will receive as instant prizes, while the 124th applicant will be given a special reward. Additional tokens and rewards will also be provided to those who get hired on the spot, as well as incentives for participating employers. This activity aims to bring together the labor and industry sectors to create more opportunities and promote inclusive development for all. Through collective action, the goal of achieving decent work for every citizen becomes more attainable. And our business update, weakening of the peso against the dollar defended by Malacanang. Malacanang clarified that the peso is weakening due to the strength of the US dollar and the rise in global oil prices. According to Palace Press Officer Claire Castro, when the dollar strengthens, more investments trend to flow into the United States rather than to countries like the Philippines. And also, the 6% inflation possible in April, according to Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Inflation may reach 6% for April this year amid the ongoing crisis in the Middle East, according to the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas estimates the consumer price growth for the same month could range from 5.6% to 6.4%, which is higher than the 2.0% to 4.0%. Target at the 4.1% recorded in March. According to the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, the possible increase in April inflation is due to the continued high prices of petroleum products in the Philippines, as well as the ongoing rise in the prices of food items such as rice, fish, and meat. The increase in electricity rates and the weakening of the peso against the dollar are also contributing factors to inflation. The official inflation data for April is expected to be released by the Philippine Statistics Authority or PSA on May 5 this year. And mga kasadya, we salute to all Filipino workers this Labor Day. Your hard work, dedication, and sacrifices continue to drive the progress of our city and the entire nation. Long live every Filipino worker. And that is Philippine Headlines this Friday, May 1, 2026. I'm Apolinario Ferdinand Valencia, and this is Salakot Online Broadcasting Network. Good night, Philippines. Amping kasadya!